Today on Rockfeed, we are joined by a very special guest. We've got 3 Days Grace in the house. We've got Adam back with the fellas. The last time we talked, you weren't in 3 Days Grace, and now you are. It's the big news everyone's been talking about. What does it mean to be back out on tour with the fellas? It's been amazing. Last time we talked, we were talking a little bit about it, but we weren't really getting into detail. But yeah, man, it's been incredible. I mean, new music, and we're hanging out and playing shows, and it's just been awesome. I've been watching you guys perform live. It's amazing how you guys are both vocalists in the band, absolutely crushing it on this tour. How's it been so far on the 25th anniversary of the Sickness tour? Oh, man, it's been great. The crowds have been just packed, sold out every night. It's been a lot of fun. It's a new energy in the band, and it's been a lot of fun. Can't wait for the rest of the year, you know? Absolutely, and the track Mayday is out everywhere. Once that song came out, I know you had to keep this a secret for a long time. You know, I know, like, I'm back in 3 days. Can you share how long you knew this and, like, how hard of a secret that must have been to keep with that such a big news in rock? Yeah, I think was it like a year, roughly, maybe, that we had been working?
Sort of started talking about the idea a bit a few years back, and, you know, of the idea of doing this, you know, and everybody was in. We talked to Adam. I think we called you in 22, you know, when we were on tour. We were in England. And I remember Bragg called Adam. I was like, well, why don't you see if it's even a thing that could happen? Maybe Adam wouldn't be into it, but he was all in, and we were all in. So we started back then, the idea of it, finished out the tour of the last cycle of the record, you know, and then we finished in 23 touring that record, the last record. And then in the spring, we decided to all get back together. And, you know, Adam lives down near Nashville, and I live up southern Indiana. So all the guys came down, and we got together at my place in the studio. Wow. And just started writing. And, you know, and it was funny because it was like we've been doing this all along. We just all of a sudden, hey, good to see you, hug, and then right on to writing tunes, you know. And Mayday was one of the first songs we wrote in that first run, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. We put that one together, yeah. So, but yeah, it was hard to hold off knowing that this potentially was going to happen, and then it started to happen, and, you know, we didn't want to reveal too early, right? But so, yeah, it was hard to hold back. It was cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just got to be so hard to hold that back. People are so excited. I've been wanting this to happen for like a decade since you left, you know, and just seeing the way you guys pulled it off, and it just looks so effortless, the way it all came together, and the fans are obviously loving it. Talk about kind of the response y'all are getting from the live shows now out here on the road. People seeing, this will be my first time seeing you back in 3 days tonight. So yeah, I mean, it's been, the shows have been crazy. They've been really good. Like, you know, we're all sort of friends before bandmates and business partners and stuff. So it's been very smooth. Like, we haven't had any, we haven't run, it's just been super natural, you know, and thankfully, you know, Matt and my voice, I mean, they go well together. So we could sing in unison up there, and, you know, people dig it, but we sing harmonies and all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, so it's been great, man. It's been really good. It's a great point you make, because your voices do really, like, it's not necessarily something that you could pull off with vocalists that have very, very different voices, but y'all's voices do work so well together. And talk about how you guys kind of figured this out. I mean, because it wouldn't be something that you can just automatically, you know, how did you guys come up with working this out on stage for this live tour? For the older songs, I play guitar for a few and sing harmonies and stuff, but then we switch off a bit for the older songs, and then for newer songs we switch off. Yeah, like, there's so many aspects that we can bring, like, dynamic wise, vocally, to this band now. It's pretty cool. I really think so too. And not only that, I mean, it's like you guys have a band full of hit makers out here. I mean, it's like, as soon as I heard Mayday, I'm like, this is just a continuation. These guys are just going to keep writing hits. You either are the record holders, or you're like right up there neck and neck in contention for the most number ones. I don't know if there's anything you can share about any of this new music that's on the way. I think you recently wrapped up doing vocals. Is there any hints, even the vaguest teasers, of what fans can expect from whenever there may be some new music in the future? Yeah, I mean, with the new album is basically done. So, you know, we have a few things that we're finishing up, but I think, I mean, I kind of get the dates mixed up because my memory is bad, but I think sometime in the summer, sick. Yeah, the summer. Summer, something's going to happen. Hey, that's big.
I'm pumped about that. And what's it like being back in the studio, working on this record, back in the band? Is this a really sentimental record for you? I can imagine it would be, coming back home. And
absolutely, for sure. Yeah. And it's cool. I mean, we've been working with like a few different writers and stuff, and getting together to do writing sessions with each other and stuff. And it's been a great experience. Yeah. And being back with these guys making music is, it's insane. It's just awesome.
So for all of you, whoever wants to answer this, when it was announced that Adam was coming back, like, what was that day like? I mean, it had to have been, your phones were, you're hearing from people you haven't heard from in 30 years, I have to imagine.
Yeah, I mean, all my friends started calling and freaking out, and it was awesome. I remember when we were on the last tour of the last cycle, and we brought Adam up. That's when we already started to have the idea, and we brought Adam up in Nashville. He lived there, and we're like, why don't you come out, and we'll have you come up and sing the last few songs, which was Hate, Never Too Late, Riot. And he just came up on the stage, and seeing the crowd and their reaction, kind of said it all. That's, I think, what really got the excitement going, is to see how they're going to, take it in. And, I'm seeing people crying and all the cameras. And it was real special seeing these two sing together. You now have the full history of 3 Days Grace on one stage, and it was really cool. And I won't lie, I was even there myself, like trying to, okay, Barry, don't cry, man. Be cool, right? I'm like, this is so rad, right? Like to see, I grew up as a Van Halen fan. So like I was a David Lee Roth guy. Yeah. So I got that whole thing as that went down. I remember in the later days of Van Halen, I thought, man, would it ever be cool if they both came back and did a worldwide tour, I was saying. And then all of a sudden, here we are in that very same position, right? So I just kept thinking of the fans, how cool it would be for them. So that first show when you came out was a great indication of this is going to be really rad,
I saw that as well. I saw the people crying in the crowd. But not only that, I think y'all were on tour with Shinedown. I remember seeing the members of Shinedown came out to watch it happen, and they're videoing it, and like even seeing the reaction of all the bands I know that are like, people are just asking me about it. Like, did you see Adam's back? Like, you don't really see that level of excitement that often where everyone is like, bro, Adam's back in 3 days. People are hitting me up, like tagging me on Instagram, like listening to your music, like crying. Like it's wild, and it's just amazing. And not everyone can do Two Vocalists and David and Sammy Hagar. Like, that's not a thing, but y'all, I think it speaks to the chemistry that you all have, that it just looks effortless. I mean, I've been watching y'all perform on YouTube. Like it just looks effortless. Can you talk about kind of how that came together?
Yeah, it has been. I mean, we got together for I guess a week before this tour started, and not really knowing who's gonna. Well, I mean, we kind of had an idea of who's gonna sing what, but it was like the first show we sort of got into it, and then I don't know, by the third show we were pretty locked in, I guess. I mean, it's been, like I was saying, it's been pretty natural, and it's been really, really good, and it's different. Yeah, it's something that not many bands have done or can do. So we're taking advantage of it, and it seems like the fans love it.
And this tour, were these the first? I imagine this is the first tour you guys have done back together, or is this?
This is it. Yeah, this
is the first tour. Okay, yep. So how far are we into this tour? We're in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're in, I guess, 3 weeks ish. But it's actually a short tour. Right. It's about 12 shows, and we have 3 left, including tonight. So. Yeah.
You're doing Madison Square Garden in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Wow.
That'll be sick.
Is that your first time doing it?
That's my first time doing it. Wow. I think these guys did it a few years ago.
2019. We did it then.
Yeah. Wow. That's sick.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden. The first show of this tour, did you get nervous? I think I've asked you this before. I don't think you really get too nervous.
Yeah, I think there was maybe a little bit of nerves for sure. Because it was a big deal, right?
First show back. Always, I always get a little.
Yeah, there's definitely adrenaline. I think more adrenaline than nerves, but the first one of this was
Did you get like a little misty eyed back up there? Or?
There's a couple moments for sure in the set. Yeah, especially the first night. Matt was introducing Never Too Late and gets into a pretty heavy moment there, and kind of caught me off guard, and I had to hold back for a minute, but there's been a few of those moments, but we're getting into a groove now, so I mean it's a little different now, but yeah.
Who are you guys working with on this album? The producer,
we've Got Zach Cervini.
Awesome.
And Zach and Howard Benson.
Amazing.
Who's
Howard Benson.
producing a lot of the
Hitmaker.
vocals. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
We're pretty comfortable with Howard. We've done a lot with him, and he's just so good at vocals and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, and Dan Lancaster as well. Yeah.
Did you guys back in the day? Did you guys recorded with Joey Moy? Is that true?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Porn Star Dancing?
Yeah, he did that. Yeah, we
For
did.
those of you who don't know, in addition to being 3 Days Grace, this is the legend from My Darkest Day. Porn Star Dancing, truly one of the all-time bangers. I still listen to that track all the time.
Yeah, it's still going.
It really is.
Still going.
It's such a banger. You made that with Joey Moy.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen's producer, Nickelback's producer. Very cool. What was that?
Yeah, Joey's an awesome dude, and
really is.
I learned a lot from Joey and Chad back in the day. I came from a small town, and I still remember pulling up to Chad's house and like to the gates of the house, and taxi driver's like, "Yeah, we got Matt's here from Toronto," and I hear Chad's voice on the other side say, "Tell him to go home." Just screwing around, but
so funny.
it was pretty crazy times back then.
How long did it take to put that song together in the studio?
It actually came pretty quick. And the
You
guy
wrote it in the studio there?
and the guy that actually co-wrote that song co-wrote Mayday too. So I'm still we still write with him. He co-wrote So-Called Life, Lifetime, and Porn Star Dancing. So Ted Bruner, he's been around for a while.
So you guys have just a Canadian network of just hit songwriters out there that you've been working with for a long time. Is he not Canadian?
Well, yeah, no, Ted's from the States.
Oh,
but a super cool dude and very talented guy. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so with 3 Days Grace, are you guys going to kind of take it easy after this, or is there possibly more announcements in the future? Are you guys expecting to tour more, or do you think that you're going to go back and just polish up the album before it comes out?
Yeah, we're just finishing up the album. It's just getting mixed right now, so it's done. And we got a tour in June with Volbeat across Canada.
That's right. You just announced that. I didn't see. That's right.
Yeah, we got some festivals coming up in May. Some big ones.
Summer, we can't say.
Woo, I can't wait. And Canada, they're going to go crazy for y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It'll be nice going across in the summertime, too, instead of February.
Yeah. When it's brutally cold.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Well, it's a show day, guys. They are very, very busy. I want to thank 3 Days Grace for making the time with us today. Mayday is out everywhere now. The new record is on the way. We don't know what it's called yet unless they want to reveal it here. Probably not. But this is so outstanding. I really appreciate y'all making the time on such short notice. I cannot tell you how pumped I am to see you guys play live tonight. I've been looking forward to this for weeks. And so the tour looks amazing. I've been watching it on YouTube. Thank y'all so much for making time for this.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, guys.